student. Today we will discuss the chapter in the Kingdom of Fools of class 9th movement book from movement book. In the Kingdom of Fools, both the kings and the ministers were idiots. In the Kingdom of Fools, the king and the ministers both were the unintelligent, and the king and his ministers did not want to run their kingdoms like other kings did, so they decided to something different. They started treating night and day as night, and they ordered that the work which was done at night would be done during the daytime, and work which was done during the daytime will be done during the night time. They passed an order that everyone in the kingdom would work at night, nobody would sleep at night. The farmer would do farming at night, and one who businessman would do business at night. As soon as the sun roses, everyone would go to sleep. If someone would disobey the order, he would be punished with death. The people were very frightened. The people were very feared about that the king's order and would be sentenced with the penalty so that they obey the order, although it was strange. The king and his ministers, both the fools, were very happy that all people in the kingdoms were following their order. One day their saints will come. He saw that all the people is following the order which is useless. How so? That it was beautiful city, it was sunny day, but he see nobody nobody around him. They were surprised. Everyone was sleeping. The writer say that no mouse and stirring, none of the sound has been coming, and they could not find any single mouse moving around, with which means it was a quiet as everyone. Even the creature, the mice, was asleep. The people had taught their cattle to sleep during the daytime. Everyone, human as well as animals, were sleeping. These two strangers in the kingdom of the fools were not aware that the kind of order that has been passed in the city, so they were surprised. See that everyone was sleeping during daytime. They weren't able to understand what to do. Thus, nothing has been there, none of the person has been seen around him, and it was night. Everyone woke up and started doing their work. Businessmen were doing their business, farmer is doing their farming. So they have got surprised by seeing this. The guru and his disciples were very hungry. They, when the shop opened at night, they went to buy a grocery. They were surprised to see that whatever they bought from the shop cost is too good. The things were very cheap. Out there, whether you buy bunch of banana or a bag of rice, everything is in same price. This is very surprising. Think the same. The guru and the disciples were very happy because they had in the kingdom this kingdom was very cheap. You could buy a lot of food just for a rupee. This is very surprising. When the guru and the disciple cooked their food and guru released their kingdom, was a kingdom fools and decided to not stay in this kingdom because that can be not right. We have to go away from here because here is risk. The disciple was a foodie. He loved to eat, and that is why he did not wanted to leave because the food was cheap. And the guru tried to make disciple understand that and told him that everyone out of their fools and was very dangerous. The kingdom would not be last of the long time, and they could harm them too. But the disciples do not forget light and guru. Disciples did not like the suggestions of the guru and could not understood what his guru was trying to say. He wasn't able to understand. He wanted to live there only there, enjoy the cheap food. The disciple finally the guru left alone and leaving the disciple behind. The disciple stayed back in the kingdom of fools. Every day he ate lots of food, due to which he becomes very fat. And one day the thief entered the merchant house and he made holes in the wall's ashes. When he was about to move out the house, after looting all things, that wall was broken. That wall was broken, and you must punished. They heard that he was died there only. When the wall has been felt on him, he died there only. And the third younger brother went to the king and complained that his brother was following his Asian trade, although the Asian trade was robbing, and he died when the wall fell on him. The thief brother was taking advantage of the king's foolishness, and he said that the merchant whose wall has fallen down on the brother was the culprit. He should have made a strong wall. Request the king to punish the merchant and get compensation for his family. The king, who foolish that he did not consider the fact that dead man was committing theft at the time of death, he only thought that man died because the wall fell on him. Of the house whose wall fell on him had to be punished, so he called the merchant. As soon as the merchant appeared, the king asked him. Then the king asked whether he was at home when the man was dead. The thief was burgling house. The merchant replied that he was at home only. The thief made holes on the wall, entered his house, and when he was trying to go, then he fell down, and the wall has been fall on him. He is weak. He is dead on the spot. The merchant pled in front of king, requested that, Lord, it was my fault. The wall was weak because a person who made the wall is not constructed properly, should punish him. They all were doing that. He has done. So the king sent his soldier to call the hands and feet and brought him in the king's palace. The king asked him, did he build the wall? He replied that, yes, sir, I have built the wall. The king said that man had built a weak wall. The wall fell on the poor thief and he killed. The bricklayer would be punished for what he have done. Everyone is passing the blames to another person. When the king was about to pass an order to execute bricklayer, he requested the king to listen to him. He agreed that he did not make the wall properly. It was because a girl was roaming around him in the street, and ankle sound was coming in his disturbing him. He can't concentrate to make the wall. The king was satisfied with the bricklayer explanation, and he was convinced with him. He tells that in this case it is complicated to solve this problem. We have to call that girl, the dancing girl that became an old woman. She was trembling and she entered the court. The king asked her that many years ago she is dancing and roaming around the lane whilst the bricklayer was constructing the wall. And he told her that she was roaming around, her anklets jingling. It distracted the bricklayers. Due to this, he won't able to made the wall made the wall, and due to this he could not do his work properly, and he built bad walls which fell on the thief and killed. Because of her that the thief died, and she would be punished with death. The dancing girl transferred the blame on another person. She said that she was roaming around in the lane again and again because she had visited the goldsmith shop. She had given some gold to him to make jewelry out of it. It was dishonest person, and he was making excuse for not making ornament. He kept asking her to come after some time. Due to this, he had go to this house and least a dozen times. So the dancing girl said that it was fault of goldsmith. Further, this dancing girl says that the bricklayers got distracted. It was the fault of goldsmith because of whom she was roaming here and there. The in the king's court is searched a goldsmith and brought him to the court. Goldsmith was hiding inside the shop, feared to arrest. When he was brought in the front of king, he told his side of the story. He said that dancing girl is right, and he made the many excuses and made her visit his shop again and again, but was not his fault. He had an order from rich merchant as they had a wedding, so he has hurried to get the another order. For that he won't able to do the work of dancing girl. The king asked the goldsmith the name of rich merchant. The goldsmith and the merchant was the same, whose house wall had been fallen down. Justice has come full circle means that the story ended at the same person whom he had started. The thief died under the wall of the same merchant whose jewelry this goldsmith was making. Once again the merchant was called, and he was crying. He knew that the king was foolish and he would give him death sentence. He said that it was who had ordered the jewelry, but it was his father. His father is not alive. The king consulted the minister and gave the decision that merchant father was the murderer. The thief died because of him, as the merchant father was not alive and not alive, and someone had to punish for crime. So he said that merchant's son, who had everything from his who get everything from his father, would have to give the punishment for this wrong doing as well. He added that when he had seen the merchant first time, at that moment he is feeling that he was quite culprit. The king announced that the merchant would have to die. When this new weapons was getting ready, the minister felt that the merchant was very thin and he could not execute in the way. He told this the king, and the king got worried. The king got an idea that they should catch holds a man who are enough executes with the stake. The merchant would not put the death because he was too execute with a he was too thin to be execute with a stake. They thought of punishing another person. Then they have decided. Finally, the king sent the servant around the kingdom to look a man who has fat enough and to be executed with the stake. They found the guru disciple who had become very fat due to eating the cheap foods. The disciples said that he was a sannyasi and he had done everything wrong, and he had not done anything wrong, so he was innocent. Then they were taking him. Then why they were taking him to the king's palace? The king's servant said the innocent sannyasi that was the order of the king to bring a fat man with stakes. He should be punished. The disciple is reminded of the Guru's words that the man had told him that it was a city of fools and they could harm him. Now they were taking him along to execute him. The disciple prayed to the Guru and asked him to come and save him. The Guru could visualize the disciple message with the magical power and could come there for save the disciple. The Guru arrived there were the save his disciples. These disciples were trapped. These disciples were trapped, and how he came out from it. So the Guru has made some plan inside his mind, and the Guru came to rescue him from that situation. The Guru tried to map the king in his words, and he asked him he was a greater between Guru and disciple. The king replied to the cause the Guru was greater, and the Guru said that for this reason the king must execute him before executing his disciples. When the guru and disciples were started arguing, then who would be died first? The king has confused, then he asked the guru that why he want to be died. They caught the disciple because he was fat, and they wanted to fat man who could be executed with the stakes. The guru refused. The king felt that there was a mystery behind it. The guru wanted to die before then his disciples. Why? There was some matter. The king promised that he would execute him first. Then the guru took the king aside slowly, told him that he roamed around and the whole world, but had not seen a city like king like him. He added the stakes with their would be killed, and disciples was stakes of justice. As it was new, it had to kill any criminals. Further, he said that one who would die first on this stake would be reborn as the king of the kingdom, telling him trying to trap the king. The guru, why would the one who would die next would be reborn as the minister of the kingdom? The guru added that he was tired of the life of sannyasi. He did his disciple wanted to live the life of kingdom and minister, so he say that the king execute him first, that he reborn as a king, and after him his disciple be execute, so that he is reborn as the minister. After listening to the guru, he thought that he do not wanted need a life, and his kingdom will be snatched. And he discussed with the minister that he will die first. They will die first. So the king told him execution that he would be sent the criminals at night. Firstly, they should execute a person who came first and execute a second person. They will be careful not make the mistake. Now at night, king and the minister went to the prison where the guru and the disciple were kept. They were changed their clothes with them, so that all were. It was told to the servant that they cannot be took them along, put them into the same stake of execution. In this way, his intelligence, the guru was able to execute foolish kings and his foolish minister. When the dead bodies has came out, the people has come to see them. Then people has got surprised when they have seen the body of ministers and the king. Everyone was thinking because of dead bodies was not of guru and disciple. The people of the kingdom thought that they were needed of king and a minister, so they request the guru and his disciple to be a king and the minister. They finally agreed to rule the kingdom of the foolish king and the silly ministers on the condition that they could change all the old laws. From then on, night would be night again be a night, and day would be again be a day, and would get nothing to be so easily with Duggu. It becomes like the other place. Now the student chapter has been ended. We will discuss another chapter in next video.